Well, it was
Arpel's 3-week crash makeover, shapeover beauty program, #1 on the bestseller list around the country. And we have Adrian Arpel with us and her sidekick Andy Leo, and they're going to do some fantastic things in the next half hour. We're going to meet Adrian and Andy in just a minute, but first it's time to check in with Tom Peterson. He's ready as usual with the mid-morning news update. Good morning, Tom.
Good morning, Eleanor, and good morning, everyone. A train derailment in Wilkinsburg this morning injured 2 people and tied up traffic along South Avenue. An engine and 2 freight cars of a Conrail freight train left the tracks. It was going over an overpass when it fell through the overpass onto South Avenue at Penwood, spilling diesel fuel over a wide area. The engineer and a fireman were injured, but their injuries were not serious. Traffic was closed between Penwood and Hay in that vicinity. Pittsburgh police are looking for a suspect this morning in the shooting death of 36-year-old Ernest Easley, who died last night in a local hospital. The man was shot in the back of the neck as he entered a bar. Representatives of the International Teamsters Union are due in Pittsburgh this morning to meet with striking steel haulers to try and persuade them to return to their jobs. Frank Fitzsimmons' aides will address the steel haulers at a 1 p.m. meeting. Robert Todd, president of the striking Local 800, feels steel haulers have won a big victory in their attempts to ratify their own separate contract. Cost of living here in Pittsburgh rose again last month. Grocery prices rose 0.9%, just a shade below the national inflation rate for food. Food prices here, paced by higher meat, poultry, and fish, rose 2.6%. Meat prices nationally were up 2.7%. For the first time in months, fruits and vegetables registered a 1.3% decline in Pittsburgh area supermarkets. 2 more giant oil firms, Mobil and Sun, announced windfall profits of 81% and 44% respectively. That's over their profits for the same period last year. The Nuclear Regulatory Commission says technical maneuvers to bring the 3 Mile Island nuclear reactor to a cold, safe shutdown by May 2nd won't trigger any danger. The NRC has issued a statement saying it believes there is no hazard at all to the shutdown plan. Some 50 residents of south central Pennsylvania have asked whether they should evacuate. Many persons near the plant are still concerned over a possible danger. Citing strong economic benefits, including the development of 5,700 jobs over the next decade, Mayor Caligiuri and PPG officials took the wraps off PPG's new headquarters building design yesterday. That 40-story skyscraper will have a glass front and will be of Gothic design. The building will be the keystone of Renaissance 2's new downtown building boom and the centerpiece of the Market Square area redevelopment. The Pirates take on the Houston Astros tonight in the first game of a 3-game weekend set. That's news and sports. Thanks for being with us. Now back to Eleanor.
Don't you love those before and after pictures in magazines? You look at them and say, ha, that's great, but it can't be done. It can be done if you have 2 outstanding experts, and they're going to show you right now in the next half hour how it can be done. Welcome, Adrian Arpel. Welcome, Andy Leo. Congratulations, Adrian. I can't believe #1 on the bestsellers list.
Isn't that exciting?
Wow. Okay, now you're going to see why this book is so popular, because here is the lady that wrote it, and you are going to do some remarkable things. I mean, please, what have you done to our poor model?
Well, we're going to show you. What this is a honey and almond scrub and a mud mask. In the book, a woman can make it at home. Honey and almond scrub is made with just buying slivered almonds and taking 2 tablespoons of them, crushing them, taking a tablespoon of honey, a tablespoon of lemon, mixing it together, and if you have oily skin, to mix it with a tablespoon of avocado. Dry skin, all you have to do is a tablespoon of Crisco. Or you can buy it. Now, it's very simple that this is made as a nature-based product and is part of what we're going to show you, which is a makeover that we're going to be doing at the Kaufman's beauty salons. So this is the first side. The other side of her face is a mud mask. In the book, we tell you how to make it at home, which would be a tablespoon of yogurt and a tablespoon of Fuller's Earth, which is 49 cents in the health food store. So a woman can make a lot of her treatment products at home. For the woman that would like the luxury, and what we're trying to show you today is we've had so many women that have literally the hundreds of thousands that have bought the book, and others that said, well, I'd like to do some at home, but I'd love just a morning of pampering, and how do I go about getting that? Well, we did it for, in certain of our stores, in Neiman Marcus for a week, we did it for $350. We've done it for $100 in stores. Now we're going to show you we're doing it in Kaufman's Beauty Salon for $19.50.
Now, what do you get for $19.50? I mean, for $19.50...
It is quite fast.
Come on.
Actually, for $19.50, you get the works. You get the essentials. You get a chance to have your face cleaned and scrubbed. You can have a chance to have your makeup restructured, completely reapplied, and you have a chance to have your hair cut and styled. and also conditioned.
For 1950?
For
All
1950. Because it shows that the right road to beauty is the healthy road, good skin, good hair. And
How
we want
long
to
does
tie
this
it together.
take, Andy?
A lot of it depends on the scheduling and how many customers are coming in. Generally, we say that it takes about an hour and a half to 2 hours. So you can count on a nice morning.
Bless you. What a marvelous time of year to do this, too, because I think in the spring, you know, we take a look at our house and say, new draperies, clean the carpeting, clean out the basement, and then we take a look at ourselves and say, oh, okay, why don't they have, I've always wondered why they don't have one of these car washes where you could just put your whole body through and come out.
A person wash.
Yes, a person wash, but actually this is what you're doing, head to toe.
It is a complete makeover. Facial, makeup, lesson, and your hair, and a conditioner, which means the hair expert will look at your hair and tell you what's wrong before he cuts it into a shape that's right for you, and actually put the conditioner on.
Okay, Adrian, do you feel that cosmetics go in and out of fashion the way clothes do? Do you really have to have someone assess your makeup periodically?
Without a doubt. Women, the worst problem with aging is that women leave themselves a makeup that they wore many years ago. I do so much of the makeup for Academy Awards and so much for the movies. One that comes to mind is I did a makeup for Lana Turner a few years ago, and it was really taking off rather than putting on. She wore makeup that she wore in her movies 20 years ago and looked wonderful then, but very dated. A light powder eyeshadow, a brown through the middle, and sheen up here. And I said, you know, my struggle with her was taking it off rather than putting it on. So what we would like to do is show women how to do it properly with a lesson, and makeup should go with your lifestyle. In the book, we did colored pictures, step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, step 5, and the same thing we're going to do at Kaufman salons. We're going to take a woman, sit her down, and say, look in the mirror, and the expert is going to do step by step, teaching her how to do it properly with a minimum of makeup. The facial is the most important thing, getting her skin in good shape so she could wear less. The hair treatment is the most important thing. The haircut is the most important thing. Then she's on her home. She can go home until she sees us a month later, 6 weeks later. She's going to look terrific.
Can everyone achieve the complexion that you have?
Sure, it's a little powder, a little paint, and a lot of care at home. That's all it really comes
I mean, really,
down
you
to.
could intimidate
Oh,
a
thank
woman.
you.
And I think, you know, you're probably very proud of the fact, because a lot of women are out there saying, oh, well, yes, but I mean, she's 19 years old. She has a 16-year-old daughter, okay? So if she's 19, that was somewhat of a miracle.
I'll be 38 in July.
Well, bless your heart, because, you know, after you appeared the last time, that was the one phone call that we got more than anything else. How old is she?
How old is that old doc?
No, I mean, she's only 24 years old. Of course, anybody at 24 looks beautiful. Okay, we're going to take a break. We're going to come right back, and then we're going to really put you to work, okay?
Fine,
We'll be
our
right back.
pleasure.
You spend 1/3 of your life in bed. Shouldn't it provide you with more comfort than any other place upon which you sit or lie? Introducing the new Position Ease bed. Designed by a leading doctor, the Position Ease bed adjusts to any position you could ever want at the touch of a button. The Position Ease mattress, made from 3 layers of chemically treated urethane, molds to your body for essential support. Call 481-5200 and find out why Position Ease beds are tomorrow's way of sleeping today.
Tonight at 11, enter that strange dimension between light and shadow. Explore that timeless area known as imagination, an area which lies only in the Twilight Zone.
Soul? You're the devil. At your service.
Rod Serling is your guide for a 30-minute journey through the Twilight Zone, tonight at 11 on TV 53.
Arpel, Andy, Leo, I'm going to just move out of the way and let you take over, and I'm going to sit back and be student and see everything that I can learn, and we'll share with our viewers, okay?
Thank you, Eleanor. Today we're using Dolores, and Dolores has a very nice basic kind of haircut. She has very good skin, basically, and we're showing that a lot of our customers are in this phase right now. They have been taught how to blow their hair dry, and they've been taught how to use a curling iron on it, and getting a basic kind of style image, and this is the image we're seeing. We're seeing a lot of flip bangs, and we're seeing things going on the back, and hanging down in the basic page is very popular. But it really does lack excitement. It really does lack the flair and the space design that we need for the hair for summer and fall of 1979. Also the skin, very important, colorations and shadings, and how to look better a longer period of time for summer and spring. Adrian, how are your feelings for spring and summer?
Well, the looks are going lighter. Color, as the suit I'm wearing, has become vibrant. Lots of hot color out of Europe. But that doesn't mean it's right for everyone. What we'd like to do is show you lifestyle makeup, the simplest basic makeup that's good for you. Now, what we have done to Dolores' skin to prepare it is back to the makeover, which is we've used a little vacuum, which vacuums the skin and cleans out all the pores. We've taken out blackheads and whiteheads. We've used a brush on the skin. This is an electric brush from Switzerland. The point of using something like this is this helps clean out with the honey and almond we showed you before. It cleans out the pores. And we've done the mud mask. Now her skin is ready for makeup. We're going to do a finger paint throw-it-on makeup, which is part of our Kaufman makeover. And what this is porcelain cover base. You throw it on. In the book, when I first wrote the book, people said to me, well, I'd love to take you home at every promotion I did. So we wrote the book, You Can Take Home Makeup Instruction, and this means any makeup you have at home. Okay, throw it on. That's porcelain. What that does is cover everything. Lines, marks, blemishes, covers flaws, and makes it so when we put your makeup on, the skin looks beautiful. Under the eyes, we're using Cover Away. This is a blue cream rich in oil for under the eyes. It covers dark circles. You noticed I just threw it on. It sort of works like Salvador Dali. Whatever hits is what's there. Now, the next thing we're going to do is the makeup. Women do not have to cover with heavy makeup. You should be using less rather than more. And as you get older, it should be less and less and less. We're going to get your skin into shape, and then the makeup you're going to put on is very simple. The formulas in the book teach you how to make all the skincare products, which teach you how to become better looking with very little effort, because when your skin looks pretty, you don't need a lot of makeup. This is a whipped souffle base. The reason for a whipped souffle base is that it's thin, light, will not show a lot, and will make Dolores have a glow that honestly only comes with youth, but that we can do with makeup. The glow does not give her a look of makeup. All her friends would say if they met her is, Dolores, you look terrific. Nobody would say, Dolores, you've had a professional makeup. That is not a compliment. Now, once we've put on the makeup, and you see it's sort of finger paint smeared around, it's not put on carefully, it's not blended evenly, you just throw it on and then blend it. The next thing we're going to do is something you haven't seen before. It's a wet powder. All this does is set the makeup, but it's wet, so you don't dry out the skin. When a woman wears a very, very thin makeup, she needs a wet powder because it will keep her makeup in place all day. No touch-ups. I never met anybody I liked in the whole world that took more than 10 minutes of their makeup and looked at themselves again. You don't have to be vain to look good. The next thing we're going to use is the blush. The blush, very simply, is made out of henna. The last time we were on the show, we showed you how to contour with all these blushes. We make custom blushes in Kaufman's Beauty Salon. What we do is we would take two blushes, put them together. One would be your color, one would be your contour. Now, since this is made out of henna, you see the naturalness of the blush. And this goes high on the cheekbones. In the book, we've done pictures. Dolores, go like this. You see when you make the face a fish face, what happens is you can see the bone structure. And you can see exactly where to put your color. Just blend it a little bit with your fingers. This is, again, henna. Next, we're going to use contour. Now, again, we package these two in a case so you can carry it in your pocketbook, which is important. Here is just your basic color. Now, if you look at it, you'll see you have very natural coloring. Next, we're going to go on to the eyes. On the eyes, we're going to use a very simple, natural color called aubergine. It's interesting for spring because it is a brown with a little pink in it. What does that do? it takes away the look of flatness and just gives a very natural, soft look to the eyes. It is, again, a soft shadow. These shadows have moisture in them. The reason they have moisture in them is so that they won't show lines on the eyelids.
Adrian, I don't want you to stop. I want you to keep going with Dolores, but right now we're going to go out to Hollywood, and we're going to check in with a woman that you say you know. Her name is Toni Holt, and all of our viewers know her because she checks in with us every day, and she is our gossip queen. She tells us what is happening with all of those beautiful people out there, what is happening and with them.
Hi, I'm Toni Holt. In case you've been wondering how to furnish that $1 million mansion you just bought, here's how Barry Manilow decorated his Bel Air hideaway. Beige cut pile carpeting in the living room, brown suede walls, yes, real suede, and this is a real sample of it, and cocoa carpets in his bedroom, not to mention telephones everywhere in the house. The way he spends money, they're now calling him Barry Money Loaded. At Marineland Soap Opera Festival, fans spend most of their time getting kisses from General Hospital's Richard Dean Anderson and Young and Restless's David Hasselhoff, who ended the show by getting bussed by the biggest kisser of them all, Nemu the killer whale. And on the Boston location of Brad Davis's new film Circle of Friends, they're having their own share of unfriendliness. The production was picketed by one of the unions, and an arsonist tried to burn them out of their hotel, and it sounds like a hot flick already. Well, Halloween will come early this year, April 26th to be exact, when New York Studio 54 has its 3rd anniversary party. Designers and costumers are going crazy whipping up one-of-a-kind outfits for invited guests such as Nureyev, Bianca Jagger, and Jackie O. The party will be hosted by Saturday Night Live's Gilda Radner, who's agreed to be Rosanna Dana for the night. And the reason Battlestar Galactica has been preempted so much lately is scripts. Often the show you're watching was still filming that week, forcing crews to work round the clock. If you've got scripts or ideas, send them to producer Glenn Lawson at Universal Studios. Not me. I'm just a gal reporter. In Hollywood, this is Toni Holt.
Now on TV 53, the patriotic Archie Bunker. A lover of sports.
Hit him with the label up or you break the bat.
And the free enterprise system.
This is a holdup, so nobody move.
Join Archie, the meathead, Gloria, and Edith. They're all in the family. Today at noon on TV 53.
Nope, that mop is messy. It presses dirt back into the mop. That's not it. That could scratch your furniture and you need a screwdriver to change the head. This is the world's greatest mop, Mop-O-Matic. Mop-O-Matic is so fast, so easy. There's no bending. Your hands never touch dirty water. Mop-O-Matic's easy pop-out head makes replacement a snap. And that absorbent Duvalite quickly picks up sticky spills and messes. Get Mop-O-Matic.
Available at these fine stores: G.C. Murphy's, Murphy's Mart, Gold Circle Hills Department Store, Stambaugh Thompson, GB's.
Okay, Adrian Arpel is working on Dolores here, and Adrian, we left you as you were working on Dolores's eyes.
Yes, Andy has been to many of the Paris showings with me and has been doing makeup with me so long, and since he is here and at the salons all the time, he'd like to explain some of it because he will be helping the women that come in.
Okay, basically what Adrian is doing right now is she's adding color on the top, middle, and outside of the eye with a soft pencil. It's called smudging, and we demonstrated it before. The idea is that you get a softer, more natural color rather than a paint-on type color. And then the color under the eye, which once again gives eye expansion, and because these products are nature-based products, it's safe. Put it on and expand the color. Now the aubergine, or the opalescence eye shine, which will brighten and add an enormous amount of depth to the natural contour of the eye.
Now, you see, this just goes between the eye and the eyebrow to open up the area. Again, you notice that this is just a simple makeup. It takes a woman at home no more than 10 minutes.
The lip pencil.
Close.
Probably one of the best things that has come along in a long time, and that's because you get definition. Too often, people put lipstick on, and you really don't know where their lips really are, and they're too big, too wide, too small. In order to get a good lip form, you should be outlining with some type of pencil. This particular technique, usually what we recommend is that you tie in your pencil with your lipstick color rather than outlining in a darker color.
the lip kit is a very interesting product. The lip kit is a product that makes all your lip colors. It's $15 and it has gold which goes under the lipstick. It keeps your lipstick from changing color, keeps the blues from coming through. Then it has all the colors and you can sort of mix. We could get the exact tone just by playing with it of Dolores's dress. And the last thing we're going to use is a lip gloss. More important than the fact that it's a gloss is that it's a healing agent, and it gives the lips a wonderful shine, and importantly, will heal a winter chapped lip. So as we're into spring, we want to be very sure we get a feminine, soft look. You have to use a healing agent.
Ah, beautiful. Just lovely, Dolores.
And there's one very last thing that I just love. It's my favorite product. This is a pearl souffle. It takes away the look of makeup on any woman and gives her a shine like a clean, scrubbed, young skin. It's the most amazing product. Pearl Finisher, just to give the skin a glow.
Now we've finished with the makeup. We're going to take a few minutes out and go out to Shady Side and check in with Harriet Friedlander. She's ready with your daily horoscope. Then we're going to come back with Adrian and Andy, and we're going to show you some marvelous things with Dolores's hair.
April 27th, Aries. The more you cooperate with others today, the easier your affairs can go. Work harmoniously. Taurus. Do your work in a relaxed manner now. Avoid creating tension over small matters. Gemini. Forget about past situations now and look ahead to overcoming former negative conditions. Cancer. Be satisfied with what you have now and don't look for things to complain about. Leo. This is a good day to repay someone who did a favor for you. Virgo. Too much thinking now could cause confusion. Come to a conclusion and keep it. Libra. Some peace and quiet may be what is needed now. Try to find time to relax. Scorpio. Keep your temper under control today. Decide if a small matter warrants becoming angry. Sagittarius. Have patience with an associate who may need your help. Take time to explain. Capricorn. 2 issues may require your attention now. Divide your time wisely and do your best. Aquarius. Some rest and relaxation may be helpful today. Do what makes you happy. Pisces. An unplanned short trip may be welcome now. Go and have a good time.
In Adrian Arpel's book, she says you can make yourself over in 3 weeks, but if you have Adrian Arpel and Andy Leo, they can do it in 3 minutes. Dolores, you look magnificent. As you've seen, Adrian has gone from, well, from top to bottom with the makeup. Now, what about the hair?
All right. Now, while we were away, Dolores has a perm in her hair. And the big mistake that most people make with perming and with blow drying is that they really lose the effect of the space that surrounds the head. And contemporary hairstyling now is just, it's a big space game. It's how effectively do you use that area to form a silhouette, to form your style. So while we were away, I sprayed a little bit of water, a little bit of moisture on it, and touched it with a curling iron a little, just to get some extra little body. And I'd like to teach everyone a little bit about brushing, because too many people just don't brush properly and do not brush in the right direction. The best way to get fullness and movement in the head is to direct the hair in the opposite direction. Hair that hangs down, brush it up. Now what I want you to do for me, Dolores, is to shake your head very well when it's down and throw it back and shake again. Okay, now look at the difference before I even touch it. You see the movement, the idea of hair flowing and effectively using the proper amount of space around her head.
A good haircut makes it that way too, doesn't it, Andy?
Absolutely. The hair cutting technique is all important, along with good hair conditioning. We have a very, very simple rule at Kaufman's, and that is that we like to keep things simple, and we are very much an end product-oriented company. We like to see the finished result be perfect, and that's what you will see by coming in and visiting with us and talking with us, and we can explain to you in complete detail the structure of your hair, the structure of your face, what kind of makeup should you be wearing, what color should your hair be, do you have the right conditioners at home to use on it. The whole idea of a makeover program for 1950, and the price is absurd, absolutely absurd, is that we've taken all the knowledge that we have from Switzerland, from Italy, from California, and we put it all together and we present it to you in a very, very nice fashion. Also, at the same time, you can take Adrian Arpel home with you, as we said before. The book's there. And it's all there, it's together, and it's an end result idea. Take a look at her. I mean, is this terrific? What do you think?
Oh, I love it.
The best 1950 ever spent?
Well, I think, Andy, Adrian, you don't mind if I tell our viewers that this complete makeover, which you heard Andy explain, includes skin analysis, complete makeup, haircut, hair analyses. The whole thing, 1950, this is not something that they're going to see advertised in the newspaper.
Absolutely
This is
not.
for Good Day Pittsburgh viewers only. So, you know,
Right.
tell your friends. And where do they call, Andy? Because
We can
Kaufman's has 1 million phone numbers now.
Right, now that we're on Centrex. The phone number is 232-2674.
232-2674, and you can ask for Andy Leo for the Adrian Arpel makeover, and that's 1950, and allow a few hours, right? I mean, go
Right.
And it's in all Kaufman's
All
beauty
Kaufman's,
salons.
even the
all
branches.
the beauty salons, all
Yes,
branches.
branches.
Well, as Carol, our producers, just said while we were in the break, she said, I just decided what I'm giving my mother for Mother's Day.
A good day
I am going to give her a good day makeover. And she
Right.
said the two of us are going to go down and we're going to... I'm sorry, Carol. I just told Mother what she was getting for Mother's Day, didn't I? Shh. Well, she'll have
But it's
fun
such a good
anyway.
gift.
She'll have fun anyway. Well, this has been just such fun. We're going to take a quick break and we'll be right back to say goodbye.
WPGH TV now presents Community Bulletin Board. Announcements of community events taking place in and around the tri-state. Coping with Grief, a seminar co-sponsored by the Community College of Allegheny County, Center North, and South Hills Health System will be held Saturday, May 5th, 9:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the Holiday Inn in West Mifflin. To register, call 931-8500. A two-day conference focusing on the arts and education will be offered May 3rd and 4th at the Museum of Art Carnegie Institute. The Allegheny County Adult Services can help you if you have reached your 60th birthday. You can learn about services and activities available and ways you can help others in your community. Suicides and their prevention will be the topic of a one-act play to be staged at 7:30 p.m. Saturday, May 5th in the Gateway High School Auditorium in Monroeville. If you're a nonprofit group, send your group's information to Community Bulletin Board, WPGH TV, 750 Ivory Avenue, Pittsburgh, 15214.
We want to thank Adrian Arpel and Andy Leo and this book, in case you didn't hear, because I'm just as excited as you are. #1 on the bestseller list across the country. 3-week crash makeover, shapeover beauty program, and you can have the 1950 version if you call Andy Leo at Kaufman's. That has made us a very, very happy show for this Friday. And on Monday, we have Dr. Fernando Elu, a charming gentleman who is going to be with us to talk about fragrances. And we're also going to talk about something that is brand new. It is called Get Out of the House, Wife. Now that's Monday at 11:30, right here on TV 53. Hope you'll join us then. In the meantime, have a very nice weekend. Thanks for joining us. Bye now.
This has been Good Day Pittsburgh with Eleanor Schano White and Tom Peterson with news. Join us each weekday morning at 11:30 for a special blend of features and interviews on Good Day Pittsburgh.
Carol quits her job, and Bob receives an outlandish gift, neither of which makes him happy, on The Bob Newhart Show, tonight at 6 on TV 53.
When Miller plays